does sustainability affect your industry and your career? The district-wide carbon plan identifies industry and commerce as one of the key pillars to address in our district's transition to net zero. But what do the future workforce have to say about the role of sustainability within their chosen industries and the expectation on employers within their future career decisions? I'm here at Folkestone College to hear what the students have to say. And don't forget, you can have your say via the consultation for the district-wide carbon plan.
Sustainability affects my industry because there's a lot of wastage within the construction industry, a lot of wastage going into landfills.
If you were using like paper, you might use like a whole big bit of it and then just like throw the rest away because it's just like scraps, and then you've just like lost like a load of paper.
Packaging, a lot of waste goes in packaging. So you know Lush, they've just stopped that, so you just have like, you have your bath soaps, but they are just the bath soaps, yeah.
So locally sourced materials, instead of travelling miles away to get certain materials, getting as close to site as you can. That way you're reducing the emissions from like big trucks and vehicles transporting from A to B.
Sustainability has a huge impact on the catering industry because a lot of dishes that we create come from the scraps of other dishes. So you have an idea for, let's say, a chicken dish and you want to use the breast, you have to find a way to use all of the rest of the chicken without it going to waste.
Yeah, so we're going to like make artwork out of things like that have been like thrown away or things that we could reuse again.
We need to find a way that it's cheap and sustainable for the kitchen and like the profit margins of the kitchen. Then we also need to find a way that it doesn't impact the environment too heavily.
If there is going to be chance of wastage, like we could give it out to the homeless or the people in need of food.
Go more with the low emission side of things, so reduce maybe using block and brick.
Yeah, we did the animation to like how you could use, instead of like using electricity and stuff, you could use like, for example, hydropower to like power cars and things.
A future role for me, I think it is very important that sustainability is at the front line of my career, because if things like, let's say you're getting meat in that's not organic, not only is the quality of the food worse, the impact on the environment is worse. So it's just two negatives.
Because if you're not sustainable, you're going to have no customers. It's number one thing people care about nowadays.
I wouldn't want to work for somebody who wasn't sustainable, really, because I feel like it wouldn't feel right. I feel like there's like moral things.
There's quite a stigma now about not being sustainable. So if you're not being sustainable, then it's quite frowned upon now.
Recommend like pre-planning out the meals for like the week before you end up going and doing your weekly food shop.
Locally sourced materials and recycled timber.
Even just like putting the recycling in the bin, because so many people don't do that.
For example, if you're making a stock or something later on in the day, saving off all the veg scraps.
Cutting back on like plastic and unsustainable things is probably, they should be doing that as well.